Welcome back to The Tea, where today's topic is going to be on advertisements, but more specifically, the beauty standards found in advertisements. I'm your host, Kristen Garcia, coming to you live on The Tea. What is up, everybody? As previously mentioned, my name is Kristen Garcia, and I'm going to be your host today for The Tea, where we're going to talk about the beauty standards in advertisements, but more specifically, the beauty standards in the Dove's Beauty Campaign ad and the Victoria's Secret's Beauty Campaign ad. Now, hopefully you're pretty familiar with how these two advertisements look like, but if not, I'm going to give you a quick recap. Okay, so here's a brief synopsis of both ads. So, for both the Dove and Victoria's Secret Beauty Campaign, they include a wide variety of females, and you're going to notice that they are trying to be as diverse as they can. But more specifically, the Dove's Beauty Campaign is diverse in such a way that it includes different colors of skin, different races. You see whites, browns, and blacks. But, however, the Victoria's Secret Beauty Campaign does the same thing. It includes a mixture of the races with whites, browns, and blacks. Now, one thing you are going to notice when you see these two advertisements is that the Dove Beauty Campaign is the only one out of the two that is diverse in the body shape or the body figure of their models. Now, in the Dove Beauty Campaign, you're gonna see more curvy models, more slim models, but you're gonna notice that they're all unique. Like, their body shape is unique to themselves. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that all of our bodies are the same, or that in the Victoria's Secret Beauty Campaign, all their body figures are the same. But what I am trying to say is that you're going to notice that there are more curvy girls, and there's actually curvy girls in the Dove's Beauty Campaign as opposed to the Victoria's Secret Beauty Campaign. So please take note of that before we break down the ads. Hopefully, you guys are now ready for me to spill the tea. So, as I'm sure it might be already obvious, these two beauty campaigns are American. But what you're also going to notice is that even though that they're American, they both have different beauty standards that are set for people in America or just for women in general. And I do understand that the beauty standards vary from country to country, state to state, city to city. But we're specifically going to be talking about the beauty standards that are set in Dove's Beauty Campaign and in the Victoria's Secret's Beauty Campaign. Now, first, we're going to be talking about Dove's Beauty Campaign and the beauty standards that they set. So, one thing that you're going to notice is the body shape of the models in the Dove's Beauty Campaign. And you're going to notice that there are going to be some curvy women and some slim women, some like hourglass shaped women and some apple shaped women, all kinds of different body types. What you're going to see is that the message that Dove is trying to tell its audience and the people that buy their product is to embrace their body. That it doesn't matter what body shape you have or however it looks like, even if you don't like it or if other people don't like it, embrace it. Now, this is very important, especially considering that in past years and in past centuries, people would body shame other people. If you weren't slim and you had big legs, big body, big arms, whatever, if you weren't the ideal body shape that was popular back then, people would body shame other people to tell them, hey, you look disgusting, you look ugly, you need to change how you look like. And obviously that was very hurtful. I would assume it's very hurtful for people to hear back then. Fortunately though, Dove's Beauty Campaign is trying to change that and embracing all kinds of body figures, whether you're very skinny, because there are some people that are very, very skinny and they can't gain weight, or you're a little on the heavier side and can't, or are struggling to lose weight. So that's one thing you're going to notice with the Dove's Beauty Standards, that they are just saying embrace it. It doesn't matter how you look like with your figure, you're beautiful, love yourself. Now, another thing that you're also going to notice, aside from the body shape, is the color. Now you're going to see that a lot of the models not only have their own unique body figure. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that all the Victoria's Secret models have the same figure, but I'm saying that there's a wider variety in the shapes versus the Victoria's Secret Beauty Campaign one. But anyways, So you're going to notice that as well, they have a unique body shape. They're also unique in the color of their skin. Now this is very important because back then in the 20th century, in the 19th century, in the 21st century, you're going to notice that a lot of the ads have white or predominantly white models / actors. And I like to classify this as colorism. My own definition of it, or an example that I see of it, is when people prefer lighter skin colors and tones as opposed to the darker ones. So like I said, if you do look into the older advertisements, you are going to see that there's predominantly white people. You won't see a brown or a black skinned person because lighter skin is just more appealing to the human eye. But fortunately, in Dove's beauty campaign, there is a wide variety of colors. You're going to see people that are very white, people that are white, people that are brown, and there's multiple shades of brown, and people that are even black, like darker than like a light skinned. So they are very diverse in both their body shape and color. So they're just trying to show the world and all the females of the world that even though the world may set a beauty standard and a very high beauty standard, you do not have to abide by that. If you embrace your body, if you embrace and love yourself, you will be happy, and that every single person's body is beautiful and unique. Now, we're going to move on to Victoria's Secret's beauty campaign. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Kristen Garcia, your host today for The Tea. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the beauty standards that the Victoria's Secret beauty campaign set for the women or general audience of the world. And we did cover Dove's beauty campaign and the beauty standards that they set. If you guys weren't there previously, here's a quick recap. So very quickly, Dove's beauty campaign does not have necessarily a set beauty standard that they show to the world, but they are trying to share this message that everyone should love and embrace their body because they're beautiful and unique in their own way, and they should not have to live up to a certain standard that the world sets to them. Okay, now after finishing that recap about the Dove's beauty campaign, we're going to go ahead and break down and spill our teacup for Victoria's Secret's beauty campaign. So, as we previously talked about with the Dove's beauty campaign, we talked about body shape and color. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the same things, but just for the Victoria's Secret beauty campaign. So first, color. Now, with the Victoria's Secret's beauty campaign, you're going to notice that there is diversity in the skin color of the models. There are models, that are white, that are black, and that are brown. It's not necessarily as diverse as the Dove's beauty campaign, but that could be because the proportion, there is not the same amount of models in this campaign than the other campaign, so we can't necessarily criticize them for that. But we can say for sure that the Dove beauty campaign is more diverse because they do have more people, more models. Now, aside from that, or back to my point, Victoria's Secret's beauty campaign is diverse in the skin color of their models. They're trying to show that, oh yes, their skin color doesn't matter. You can be beautiful, or you are beautiful just the way you are skin color wise. You can be red, yellow, black, or white, and you are beautiful. You can meet the standards that are set to be a Victoria's Secret model. But when it comes to body type, however, you are going to notice that the models used in the Victoria's Secret beauty campaign kind of share similar body shapes and body figures. You're not really going to find one that's a little curvy or on the plus size. You're going to see that they're mainly slim. You can kind of outline their abs or where they would be. And you don't necessarily see like any extra fat throughout their body, whether it be their legs, whether it be their abdomen area, their arms, or their face. You're going to see that they look pretty slim, like they have a pretty decent figure. Now, of course, not all of their body shapes are the same, but they do resemble similar figure. Slim, and they're not too thick, or what one may consider too thick and ugly. So therefore, since the Victoria's Secret beauty campaign is not that diverse in their body figure, they're kind of giving off the message or like the beauty standards that yeah, your skin color doesn't matter. You'll still be beautiful, but you need to watch your weight. Now, maybe they're not necessarily saying that out loud. They're not screaming that out, but they're kind of implying it. If they're not going to include any plus size models or models that don't have the same body shape as the rest of the models, it's kind of showing you that the beauty standards that they're showing off to the world, to the little girls, the teenagers, and the adults of the world, is that you're going to want a slim figure. To be in a Victoria's Secret ad, they want you to be slim. If you're just a little like on the heavier side, or if you're too curvy, they're probably just going to be like, thank you, next. So you want someone that's just really slim. Yes, you can be very beautiful, but if your body figure doesn't fit the standards that we have set, well then, I'm sorry, but the door is right over here. Just go ahead and walk out. Anyways, as I was saying, so overall, you're going to notice that with the Victoria's Secret Beauty campaign, their beauty standards that they set is more towards the body figure, and they're encouraging or they're promoting slimmer and thinner figures, and they're kind of leaving out women that are plus size, that wear extra large or 1X clothes, because perhaps, maybe not necessarily, they can see these sizes or these body shapes as something unappealing, and that the mass audience would not be interested in seeing, and then to convince them to buy an ad. Which, unfortunately, does make sense in today's society, because most people, and some men, not all, but there are some people, male and female, where if they see a model that has a perfect curvy body, like an hourglass figure, curves here, thin, curves here, and they see them in an advertisement, they're gonna feel more, their eyes are gonna feel more attracted to the advertisement, and they're gonna want to look. And then once they look, they're gonna see the brand, and then once they see the brand, they're gonna go and they're gonna want to buy that product. Whereas if they have a more curvy model with fat sticking out, you see the cellulite, which there's nothing wrong with that. They're kind of gonna be disgusted, perhaps. Not everyone feels the same way, but they're going to see that and they're kind of going to be like, why would they show them? Obviously, that's not how people want to look like. Like, why are you showing her body? I mean, there's millions of other people that you could be showing. And therefore, they're going to perhaps notice the logo, notice the brand, and avoid buying from them. So, unfortunately, that can happen, and it might even be happening now in today's society. Whew, my gosh, it's kind of getting hot in here with all this tea being spilled. But anyway, let's do a quick recap before I start sweating. So what you're going to notice is that these two beauty campaigns have completely different beauty standards. Even though they're not physically saying it either verbally or even showing it through words, you're going to see that by the way that the models that they chose and how they're showing them and how they look like, you're kind of going to see how the two companies view beauty standards and are trying to show them off to the world. Now, I do understand that these are two different companies, clearly, but they focus on different types of products. Dove focuses more on beauty products and care products when it comes to soap, shampoo, conditioner, etc. And then Victoria's Secret's more like clothing, like lingerie. They do sell some shirts, perfumes as well, but they're not mainly focused on that. So I am aware of that, but irregardless, they both try to do a beauty campaign to show people to embrace their body. However, the models that they chose and how they chose to show them kind of shows that their beauty standards are different and how they see what being beautiful and natural is. Well, thank you all for staying tuned to my session of the tea, and I hope that you enjoyed and that it didn't get too hot in your home. Because as always, when you're watching the tea, it always gets hot in here. But before I close off, if you guys do have any other things to talk about on the tea or any tea-worthy moments, please feel free to tag us on Twitter or Instagram using our hashtag #SpillTheTea. Thank you very much, and once again, my name is Kristen Garcia, coming to you live on The Tea.